Hey everybody, it's Mark, I am Possible Clarke here, your global communicator, and today I'm at ASHCROFT High School where I've got the privilege and the honour to talk to you Year 9 students with my amazing, fabulous talk called The Mission Possible and the Keys to Success, where we are going to be speaking about all the key things in life that they need to make this journey. So today my job isn't to motivate, it's not to inspire, it is to plant and it is to water the seeds of greatness that are inside. Is today Wednesday? It's nearly Friday, you know. Good morning, Year 9. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me hear the man them. Good morning, Year 9. I said the man them. Man them, let me hear you say good morning. Wagwan. All right, man them, let me hear you say wagwan. All right, let me hear the ladies. Good morning, ladies. Boy, I ain't even going to Instagram that. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. All right. Okay, so my name's Mark Clarke. Everybody say morning, Mark Clarke. Everybody say morning, Mark Clarke. Good. As you can see, I am Mark. I am Possible Clarke. And I am the CEO of a charity called the Walk to Freedom Foundation. And I have a consortium company called I Am Possible, where I work with young people. I work with young people who are getting into gangs. I work with young people who are out on the street shooting, stabbing people. And I show them a better way. And you're going to hear a little bit about my story later on. But today, I'm here to talk to you guys. Now, I know you may have heard that some motivational speaker was coming up in here. Is that what you kind of heard? Some motivational, inspirational speaker. Yeah? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to be straight with you all. They lied. They lied. I am not here to motivate you at all. That's not why I'm sent here. Because I know what it was like when I was younger and some speaker, some policeman or whatever was coming in to tell me to not do drugs, to not do this, and there's greatness in my life. I sat there and went, try your best to motivate me, fam, because it's just not going to happen. And when they were telling me I was great and all the rest of it, I was going, yeah, I'm great, I'm absolutely great, yeah. Because little after that, I'll just leave the room and go and get in trouble. So that's not my job. Can I be honest with you? Not my job. My favorite teacher, right? He loved to use a lot of things around gardening when he was mentoring me and when he teaches me. And he used a lot of illustrations around gardening. And I'm going to use two with you today of why I'm here. I'm here to plant and I'm here to water. So there's two types of people. So those who have the seeds of what you want to do, where you want to go, things you want to achieve, that kind of stuff. And there's some of you in here that need watering of that seed. Some of you don't have it, haven't got it, haven't actually realized that you've got it. So I'm going to plant the seed in you. I'm going to let you realize that it's in you. You all do have a gift. You all do have a talent. You all do have something you're good at. So today, it's all about you and your future. And this is called The Mission Possible and the Keys to Your Success. Because every single one of you in here today, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean ladies and gentlemen, have an opportunity to be successful at whatever you want to do or be in life. I am not going to tell you about anything that you don't have. I am not going to show you anything that you don't know. I'm going to wake you up. So here's the thing. I like being a little bit cheesy, but first I'm going to ask you a question. What do you want out of life? Anybody? Someone tell me. Money. Good. Anybody else? What's that? A job? What else? Family, good. What else? Man, I'm at the back. What else? What do you not want? Anything. One more person, give me something you want out of life. To sleep. Okay, cool. That's one thing. Okay. So here's the thing. Even if you didn't say anything, I want you to realize this. Anything is possible if you want it. Anything is possible if you go and get it. Anything is possible if you have that hunger, that desire to really want it bad enough. More than you want to breathe sometimes. And you all have it. And let me tell you something, one of the reasons why I'm here. I am sick and tired of burying potential. I am sick and tired of going to funerals of young people who haven't even made it to see the age of 18, and they were talented, they were gifted, they had opportunities, they had the grace in their life to go forward, and they didn't use it in the right way. That's why I'm here. I'm here for nothing. I ain't getting paid for this. I am giving you my time to plant and to water. Because I am sick and tired of knowing that within the next 10 years, half of the people in this room could die before you reach the age of 21. That's the statistics. All I want you to do from today is just take one thing away from here today. That's it. I'm not here to change your life. I'm not here to tell you what to do, because I don't like anybody telling me to do either. Quite simple. I'm just here to wake you up. I'm here to let you know that there's a principle to life that you need to understand. And it's this, Pareto's principle. Has anyone heard of the 80-20 rule? So in business, they say that 80% of the money you make comes from 20% of the clients you have. Okay, that's the basic business principle. But that principle applies to life. And I'm going to show you how it works. And I'm going to show you today how it works for you. So up here we have 80%. So when we're looking at the world, in this 80%, okay, 20% of the people in that 80% just ain't going to make it. They're either incarcerated for life, they've got some debilitating disease that's not going to end their life, that's going to end their life early, addictions, poverty, all of that kind of stuff, okay, that we see going on around us. 60% in that 80% are me and you. Well, actually, not me, you, because I'm moving up. Are you where you are today? Living normal, everyday life, doing what you want to do. And I know it's hard out there for young people, but that doesn't mean it's impossible to change. So people of everyday life are in that 60%. Now, in this 20%, 15% of it, 15% of the people in the world have money, are rich, won the lottery, own businesses, and all the rest of it. The last 5% is the old money. People with gazillions of money, gazillions of pounds, gazillions of dollars, gazillions of yen, gazillions of whatever, old money. But here's what I want you to realize a fact is. Never before in this century is that door from the 60% to the 50% being as open and as wide as it is today for you. Because of media, because of technology. When someone had a business idea 10 years ago, it would take 5 years before the project was launched. Today, it can happen overnight. You know more about technology than anybody. You just got to use it the right way. Warning one, stop using social media for the wrong thing. Use it for the right thing. Because you have that access into that money. You have access into it with one idea, with one business. That's all it takes. It will take around 10 years for a business idea to circulate around the world. Now it happens overnight. You know, people say they used to get 15 minutes of fame. Now you can become famous in 15 minutes. And you have that access. Did you know that? You have the ability, you have the technology to be free financially in every area of your life, literally overnight. But you've got to have some what we call interpersonal skills. Somebody say interpersonal. Interpersonal. Can I hear it? Interpersonal. Skill. That means what is already inside of you. You're born with it. So it's time, symbolically, you know, just as a gesture today, it's time to decide what you really want in life. And are you willing to go and get it? Because it's going to take some stuff to do. It's going to take some stuff to decide, do I go down the road route? Or do I make my own footpath? Do I blaze my own trail? Do I do what I want to do to become the success I deserve to be? Because that, ladies and gentlemen, is a lonely path sometimes. But I was always told that in the lonely times, it leads to the greatest treasures. In the lonely times, you can become an individual. In the lonely times, you can become the greatest thing ever. Turn around to the person next to you and look at them for a sec. Just look at them. Person to the left and the person to your right. Yeah, they're the next lawyer, they're the next prime minister, they're the next nurse, they're the next doctor, they're the next business owner. They are the next. Turn around to the person next to you and say, you are the next. You are the next. You are the next. All right. Aye, aye? Do we understand? Okay, guys, back in the room. Do we understand? Because the thing about it is, I'm a bit cheesy here. It is going to be a mission. Yeah, I'm cheesy. Proper cheesy up in here. It is going to be a mission. A mission that, should you accept it, you will become anything you want to be that you're good at in life. So I'm not asking you about anything you can't do. I'm asking you the question today, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to do with what you can do? You're going to waste it? You're going to blow it? Are you going to give it away to the streets? Are you going to give it away to a gang? Are you going to give it away to people that you call fam, but really and truly they ain't? What are you going to do with it? Because it's going to take a few things to have a key to success. So do you want to hear some of these keys to success? Aye, aye? Okay. So, one is this. Who can tell me what that means? Good. What else? Who can tell me? It's one of them catchphrase things. Who could? Knowledge is power. Give this lady a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a round of applause. Exactly. Knowledge is power. But guess what? It is absolutely powerless unless you use it. Absolutely powerless. A man once said, knowing something and doing nothing about it is worse actually than knowing nothing at all. You have a brain that the gigabyte, megabyte, kegabyte, gigabyte, whatever size it can be, would fill Wembley Stadium. It can hold that much data from your past and your present and whatever you learn in the future, and it will not start to buffer like my computer is doing today. You have that. You have that power. You have that power right here. It's the greatest muscle that you can use when it's exercised. It becomes powerful. The word power in Greek means dunamos, to explode. Yeah, somebody said dunamos. Dunamos. Yeah, dunamos power. That means to explode. Somebody stamp and say explode. Exactly. You have that explosive power. You have that explosive potential. You have that explosive knowledge. You have that explosive power to change life. And here's the thing about it. There's so much people that I work with nowadays who aren't in schools, that are what we call NEET, not in full-time educational training. And they don't realize this. Education equals knowledge. Knowledge equals power. Power equals respect. Respect equals happiness. All the things that they're trying to gain on street. This is one thing that I taught my daughter, because I got 2 kids. Everybody say, ah. I got 2 kids. I got 2 girls. My youngest one, she crazy. She crazy, she crazy, she crazy. If my youngest daughter will most probably be one of my clients. That's how crazy she is, because she proper road. One time when I spoke to her, she said, fam. I went, fam? Fam? Can you say fam with a swollen lip? Anyway, that's what I said to her. Anyway, so here's the thing that I want you to take in mind. Those mornings when you wake up and you go like this, God, I've got to go to school. Does anybody feel like that sometimes? Nearly every day? Yeah. That's quite normal. Yeah, aye. Here's what I want you to remember when you have that feeling. This school and education is not where they're sending you. It is the place where you find you. It is the place where you find you. It is the place where you discover your identity. It is the place where you discover what you're good at. It's actually the place that you discover that I can actually do something I don't want to do and get through it. School, anyway. It is the place. You have so much transferable skills that you can learn in school. Like, if I can get up and go somewhere where I don't want to go, then that is a transferable skill if I can do it. Because I can guarantee you this, 90% of what you want to do in life isn't about what you want to do to get to where you want to go. Use this place. It's there for you, to shape you, to grow you, to let you identify who you are and the direction you want to go. And these lovely people, teachers and everybody, they're here for you. Aye? So, moving on. Everybody say, believe in yourself. Turn around to the person next to you and say, believe in yourself. Because I'm too busy believing in myself. I'm too busy. Turn around to the person and say, I'm too busy believing in myself to go to where I need to go. Aye? So listen up, guys. Listen up. Listen up. The key thing, as you can see in that picture, in believing in yourself, is to simply be you. Be you. That's all you have to be. You don't have to be the person on hip hop, the person doing this, the person doing that. That level's already full. What is empty is your space. Your space, the individuality of who you are, the individuality of the purpose of your life. Because guess what? This is what you need to realize. You have a purpose when you believe in you. Why do I know every single person in here has a purpose? Because you have been created for purpose, because you are purposely built. There is nothing in your human body that doesn't have a purpose. Before somebody says the spleen, let me tell you this. When they said the spleen didn't have a purpose and they just chucked it out, actually it did. It's the thing that creates in the enzyme in the stomach when you got the runs and everything pulls out. When they say they don't know, when they say something doesn't have a use, they simply mean we don't know what it's for. So everything in your body has a purpose. So why not have it to be purposely built to have a purpose in life? But when you believe in yourself, turn around to the person and say, believe in yourself. Yeah. I guarantee you will step up. So we're going to be moving quickly because time's not on my side. So if my mind can conceive it, If my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. I love this saying, and it came from this great man, Muhammad Ali. Greatest man who ever lived. Greatest boxer who ever lived. This man was able to beat someone before he even got in the ring because of his self-release and his conscious mind. Listen to what he says. He knew that a man could beat him. He took a loss and he continued. Listen to him. This is some self-belief. Wrestle with the alligator. Thunder in jail. Handcuff lightning and choke thunder in jail. That's some talk. Self-belief, man. Bad. Everybody say bad. You bad. Turn around and say you bad. In a good way. There you go. So moving on. That's what he had. That's where his mind was set. His mind was set so focused that as far as he was concerned in his mind, he could not lose. And look at the titles he had just by here. And he used that to intimidate people. These, when I used to have them, don't intimidate nobody. Because this can be broken, this can be cut, this can be shot. This can be run over, like most of the young people that I'm having to deal with today. This can be incarcerated. But you see, this is eternal. This is all powerful. This cannot be stopped. It can either be your best enemy, no, your worst enemy, or your best friend. This is where your power is. This is where your superhero lies. In here. You have a thing called an imagination. When you imagine something, it actually creates a process in your brain that's called gamma thought wave patterns. It creates a thing called hunger. That hunger becomes desire. So when you begin to imagine the money, the family, the business, it creates a hunger and a drive to want to do it. Aye, aye? Aye, aye. So moving on. Like I said, discover what you're good at and stick to it no matter what. The thing you discover that you're good at is your gift. That is what your gift is. As you can see, my gift is I love to talk. I could talk a glass eyeball to sleep. But guess what? I get paid to talk. I get paid to tell my story. I travel the country. I travel to other countries just to talk. My dad used to say to me, Mark, shut up because you chat too much. But I realized that he didn't understand that I was simply exercising my gift. And today, I use my gift. And I don't do it for the money. I don't. I do it because I got a message. And the message is this. You have a gift. And it's the thing that you're good at. And here's where you match it to purpose. You find what troubles you, calls you. When you see something wrong, or when you see something that you can do better, or when you sometimes look, I look at some speakers sometimes, and I look at them before I got into the speaking thing, and I went like this. You know what? I can do that. Has anybody ever looked at something and you've gone, I can do that? Aye, aye? Yeah, well, if you're sitting there going, I can do that, everybody say, I can do that. Then do it. It's quite simple. Do it. But once you do it, once you know what that thing is, once you know your why, once you know the direction you want to go, once you know what you're good at and you stick to it, you have to do something. Learn to do it better. A man once said, you can make a wage out of a career. You can make a fortune out of development, personal development. When you develop and you beat on that craft, you beat on that thing, you learn what everybody else is doing, you see how you can do it better, I guarantee you, you will make your way to that 15%. Guarantee you. And I'm going to show you later on how I'm in that 15%. Kind of tiptoeing near it right now. But you've got to learn to do it better. So here's the question I'm going to ask you. Are you Batman or are you Bane? Right, I'm going to show you a clip here. Because the thing about Batman when he gets beaten because this. Everybody remember The Dark Knight? When he come up against Bane. Bane who was practicing in the dark. Bane who was born in the darkness. Comes up against Batman who's been kicking everybody's butt. But he knows that you ain't been learning to do it better. He knows you ain't been practicing. Listen to what he says to him. Listen, catch that punch. Victory has defeated you. Because sometimes we get to a place in life where we think we've won, we think we've arrived, and life goes, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. Just because you made it today, just because you get through today, just because you overcome the challenges today, I guarantee you there will be another one. You want to know why, people? Because life is easy, living is hard. Life is easy. Living is hard, especially when you have a purpose. Because life, we could just live this life in the UK and just become a Jeremy Kyle nation and sit there at 9:30 and get benefits, get housing benefit, get all the rest of it. But when you're woke, when you're up, when you have a purpose, when you have a destiny, when you have a dream, life will come at you and throw some bricks. Has anybody ever had something hit you in your life and you went, what the hell was that? Aye? Something that weren't your fault. Something that you didn't see happening. Somebody dying in your life. Somebody leaving you. A boyfriend turning around and saying, yo, I'm with some other girl right now, so I don't need you because I'm all up in her Snapchat, not yours. That kind of thing that you don't expect when you have a hope and achieving something and it gets pulled from underneath you. Here's the thing, guys. You will always win if you change your perspective. Because life will throw stuff at you. Only to grow you, only to change you, only to heal you, only to mend you, only to make you wiser. That's what life is about. If we can continue to think and have the pity party and poor me, right, you will never move on. But if you realize that, you know what, I was speaking to a young man in the corridor today. He was saying that he was getting stressed out. I said, listen, stress is either what you let happen or you don't. We all know living is hard, yeah? But when do we accept our hard? When do we actually go, oh, you know what, fam? This is my hard, you know. This is my hard time, blood. Okay, cool, right. You know what? This is my hard and I'm going to roll with it. That P you want, that life you want. If you are not committed, guess what, guys? I'm going to tell you this right from now, and I am not joking. Leave. I'm serious. If you ain't committed to being committed, give up. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting other people's time. Stop wasting your time and having to deal with the failure of it all because you weren't committed. You have to be committed to being committed. It's a must. If you are not committed, if you are not consistent, it won't happen. Those are the two most important keys to success, is commitment and commitment and consistency. Because sometimes what happens in life when we're young is this: we're consistent at not being consistent. But if you really have that dream, if you really have that goal, if you really have that desire, if you really have that thing that you want, that you can literally taste it, you've got to be committed. You've got to be consistent. Aye? Got to have it, guys. The thing about it is this. You're going to have also focus and motivation. Focus and motivation. Everybody say focus. Everybody say focus. And motivation. You have to have it. But guess what, guys? You have been lied to when it comes to motivation. The world tells you that motivation is based upon a feeling. It's not. Because your feelings are what we call fickle. They're subject to change. They're up and down. They get blown around like the wind. So how can you focus on something that's one day up, one day down, long days up, long days down? You can't. Focus is based upon truth. Yeah, truth. Everybody say truth. Everybody say you will know the truth. And the truth will set you free. Because that's the fact of the matter when it comes to motivation, guys, okay? Because that's the thing about it. Because you see, truth has nothing to do with how you feel. Truth becomes a thing that activates how you feel. So when you're in bed, and me, I love my quilt sometimes. I love my quilt that I don't want to get out of bed. And it's even worse when you're the boss. Because when you're the boss, yeah, you choose when you get up and when you work. Okay? And I'm the boss. Everybody say the boss. I'm the boss. Okay? And sometimes my quilt is my best friend and says to me, you don't have to go nowhere because that's the conversation I'm having with my quilt, you know. You don't have to go nowhere because you are the boss. And I turn around and I go, yeah, you're right, you know. And then do you know what happened, guys? Truth says this. But there are people who are addicted to drugs who need your service. There are young people who are getting shot, stabbed, and killed that you're mentoring, that you've got to see today and hopefully support them to it not happening. And then it says, if you don't work, you don't eat. Everybody say, in it to win it. Because you have to be willing to go the distance. You have to be willing to go where you need to go. You have to be willing to do what needs to be done. Because like this man here, Usain Bolt. Everybody do the Bolt thing? No? Okay. Right, Usain Bolt. Here he is showing an example of practicing in an area that is unfamiliar to him to regain focus. Okay, so listen to this. So he's visualizing the goal, but the water that's going against him represents everything else that's against him. So he's going against the current, because sometimes, guys, what is against you is actually for you. Some people run away from tsunamis, surfers run towards them. Okay, so you've got to realize that. And guys, let me tell you this, once you do that, once you move forward, once you accomplish these things, once you are motivated, once you are focused, you will be in it to win it before the race even starts. Give him a round of applause because this guy's awesome. Give Usain Bolt a round of applause because he defies logic. He defies science. He actually defies physics. He defies the laws of nature. Do you want to know why? Because he is 6'3", 6'4". Right? And if you are a sprinter, you are not supposed to run that fast. His height is more made for people who run long distances. That's why you see the rest of the sprinters have what they call a low center of gravity, so they can blast off and move quick over a short distance. He defies physics by doing that. And so can you. you can defy the lies that people say about you. You can defy the haters. You can defy your own doubts, your own fears. You can defy them and tell them no. When you're motivated and focused, that's where you're going. So once you're committed, completing the mission in life, and you're committed to be committing, you will become an individual. And let me show you how this process works. It works in a multiple kind of way. That when you are an individual and you stand on your own ground, an amazing thing happens. Things begin to multiply in your life. Okay? Because you can stand on your own. You can be on your own. You can be an individual. And I can guarantee you, somebody's going to go, yo, I want to do that, you know. I've stood on my own. I've been an individual. And the amount of people who tell me, I want to do what you do. Okay? And when you stand on your own, other people will come along and want to do what you do in their own individual way. Because they'll see that it is safe. They will see that it's okay to do it. Then what will happen? And they won't care. You won't care what people have to say. You won't care what your family say. Then you know what happens? It's this wonderful thing. Watch, guys. See that? Two people doing what they want to do with the same way you need to do what you want to do. And then someone else is going to come along and join in this thing. Someone else is going to come in there and someone's going to notice what you're doing. Someone's going to notice that you're changed. Your grades are going to go up. Life is going to change. Your family's going to want to know more about you. And then more people are going to come along and things are going to multiply even further. You see what I'm saying, guys? When you stand up as an individual, when you stand as an individual, when you stand in your community and you say, I'm not going to go for the gun, I'm not going to go for the knife, I'm not going to send that Snapchat, that Instagram, that text about the beef that's going on in my community, you will become an individual. So guess what will multiply? Your family will multiply. Your money will multiply. Your self-worth will multiply. Your power will multiply. See that? Okay. Give them guys a round of applause because that was hard. That was a typical example of what can happen when one person stands up and says no. When one person stands up when everybody is saying yes, says no. When one person has that text in their hand about the beef that's going on, you know, fam, and we ain't going to be doing that thing, you know, has the power in his hand to cancel that text and not let social media kill somebody else. That's when you're an individual. When everybody's standing up, you're sitting down. When everybody's chatting and being loud, you're being quiet, concentrating on your grind. That's being an individual. Individual in how you look. I love these big afros that are around here. You're my afro friend, loving it. I'm loving these big afros. I'm loving this individuality look. I'm loving what I'm seeing. That's why you need to stand up, because guess what? If you ain't an individual, you ain't nothing but sheep. Bottom line, if you ain't standing up, you ain't nothing but sheep. If you're doing what everybody else is doing, you ain't nothing but sheep. Any sheeps in here? Good. I hope so. So moving on, guys, you got to learn from your mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get it wrong. You're going to fail. But guess what? Failure is only an experience. Failure, oh, there's the other afro. There he is there. Right, failure does not mean that it's over. Failure does not mean that you can't go further. Failure doesn't actually say that's who you are. It just means you now have an opportunity to learn. So trust yourself and don't be afraid to fail. Let me tell you something. In my two businesses that I run right now, I have failed, lost money more times. Tell me the joke, because I like good jokes. No? Okay. I have failed and lost more times than I have succeeded. But let me tell you this. You see, when I succeeded, because I learned from my failures, I won big. I won big. So the failures don't matter. Failures are a part of life. You don't fail, you will never learn. If you never learn, you'll never change. When something goes wrong, guys, seriously, take a perspective of how can I learn from this thing. You see, life is good. Life will still keep making that same failure happen until you get it. So that if you learn it now, you won't have to worry about it later on in life. Aye, aye? Aye, aye. Okay, so moving on, you gotta have courage. Everybody say courage. Gotta have courage. Turn around to the person next to you. Have courage. Have courage. Point at them like that. Have some courage. Point at them like that. Have some courage. Have some courage. Right? Okay, back in the room, guys. Because you know what? The French meaning of the word courage is to have heart. It's to have a heart for the mission, a heart for the goal, a heart for the dream, a heart for the desire, a heart to stand up, a heart to move forward, a heart to stand up, a heart to be powerful, a heart to be great, a heart to learn, a heart, give me a clap because I'm doing this good, a heart to move forward, a heart to do the right thing, a heart to graduate this school, a heart to move through everything you want to go through, all the troubles of life. It takes courage. Everybody say courage. I got courage. You got courage? Good. You have to have the courage, guys, especially today. You have to have the courage to not get involved in the street stuff. You have to get encouraged to tell that guy no. Ladies, no. No. Ladies, listen. You know you got that friend, yeah, who's dealing with a brer, and he's a no. You don't have to nod if the friend's next to you. He's a no, yeah? Tell her no. Okay. Turn around to that friend and go, girlfriend, no. Okay. So, okay, back in the room, guys. So you gotta have courage, okay? You gotta have that heart to take the step in life. Okay, you're listening, guys. You look at deal with this at break time. We're nearly out of time. Okay, so this, guys, is the key. This is of everything, guys, that I've said here today, which only about 5% you're going to remember. This is the one I never want you to forget. Never, never, never give up. Repeat after me. Never, never, never give up. I will never, ever, ever, ever give up on my dream. Give up on my goal. Give up on my exams. Give up on my homework. Yeah, you see, I lost half the room there. I lost half of you there. But guys, please, 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 are we listening? Please, 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 guys, from the bottom of my heart, I don't make promises and I don't bet on horses that don't run. But this is one thing I can promise you. This is one thing I can tell you. If you never, ever give up, no matter what comes against you, what comes at you, if it don't kill you, then keep going. Never give up on your dream. Never give up on your hope. You know the only people who don't make it are the people who give up. That's it. And I've never given up. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. Never give up. Never ever give up. I can't express this to you. If I could take out my heart and show you to not give up, because I'm dealing with at least 20, 30 young men and women who have given up. And I'm saving a little bit of money in our bursary to buy their wreaths. I'm dealing with families who are dying. I'm dealing with young people who are dying, who have given up on themselves. And I'm looking here and I'm standing in a room full of people who have a don't give up spirit. Every single one of you have a don't give up spirit. Don't ever give it away to the roads. Don't ever give it away to some stupidness. Don't ever give it away to a man. Yes, a man. And man them in the place. Don't give it away to a woman either. Yeah, I thought I'd just bring that up. So one more time. Never, ever give up. Because, guys, you need to remember this. In this whole entire universe, the whole entire universe, The whole, what they ain't discovered, what they have discovered, and what they think they've discovered, there's only you. There's only you. Is any twins in the house? Yeah, there's still only you. There's only you. There is only you in this whole entire universe. Nobody could be you. Nobody could do you. Nobody can copy you. We're going to be rounding up now. Nobody can be you. Nobody can do you. Nobody can copy you. So why don't you go out there and be the best you that you can be? And you want to know why I say this, guys? Because you're rare, you're precious, and you're valuable. Why not treat yourself that way? Because guess what? That guy didn't. Who's that? That's me. And listen when I'm saying this. To finish off, guys, this is my message. That's me when I was a 7.5 stone drug addict eating off the streets of Liverpool. That's me 15 years ago. Hardened drug addict on crack cocaine and heroin, injecting into places that doctors wouldn't even inject to. That guy there was lost. That guy there gave up. That guy there fed his failures. And before that, I was a criminal. I was a criminal. I was a shutter. I was a dealer. And I've been shot, stabbed, and gutted like a fish for the whole life. I've spent life behind prison bars at least 8 years. And that wasn't even the beginning. I came from a dysfunctional family where my dad beat up on us, broke our bones, beat up my mum, beat up my brother, beat me up. Got scars to prove it. Got psychological issues that I still have to deal with, but I never give up. And here's the thing that I'm going to end with, guys. You want to know where it all started? Right here, where you are. That's where it all started. In school. When I didn't listen. When right was right and wrong was wrong as far as it came from me. Where I didn't listen to the teachers. Where I didn't do my lessons. Where I left school with no education and had to face a world that didn't like me back then because of my color. I turned to a life of crime because I didn't listen here. My first ever motivational speaker was a gangster who turned around to me and he said, in this school, you get paid, in this world, you get paid 52 times out of 300 and odd days a year. He pulled out a big wad of money in front of me and said, I get my money every day. But a month later, he was shot in the back of the head in a nightclub and he died laying in his money. But I thought it would never happen to me. And I know some of you in here are sitting there thinking, it will never happen to you. Yes, it will. Unless you blaze your own trail, you do what you need to do and become an individual and be who you need to be. And you go out there from today. Everybody stand up, please. Everybody stand up. And you go out there today. And you go out there today, guys. Listen to me, please, when I finish. You listening, guys? Whether you do it or not, I would like you to go out there today and just simply do this. Be the best version of you that you can be. We're going to have a little symbolic thing that I do with lifers in prisons because I talk in prisons, that I do with young people. And I do this with everybody because it has to be something symbolic in your life. Now, whether you can take a step to the left or a step to the right, when I say so, I want you to take a step with me because I got to take this step every day. And I'm living good and I'm living blessed. Everybody say bless. Right. And you can live that blessing too because you're already in it. So on the count of 3, I want you to take a step either to the side or in one step in front of you. Are we ready? Man, them at the back, are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you for your participation. And welcome to the rest of your life. Wow.
That was absolutely amazing, guys. Had a wicked time with the Year 9 students and our talk called The Mission Possible and the Keys to Life. I just want to thank every single one of the students. I want to thank ASHCROFT School, all the teachers for allowing me to come in here today and allowing me to water and to plant those seeds of greatness. I just want to thank you so much for everything. And listen, guys, if you want to contact me to let me come and do one of my fabulous talks at your school, at your company, at your organization, you can call me on 07400 882909 or contact me at markklarke@walktofreedom.co.uk. Hey, listen, have car, will travel, have a message to bring for you. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.